Okay, let's get into the first song of the EP. So the first song of the EP is entitled White Nile and also known in Arabic as An Nīl al Ābyaḍ. That was another thing that I really wanted to emphasize on, is writing a title track in the EP also in Arabic. And I think the way that this song is kind of made is solely because of the geographical context of South Sudan, and with that meaning the White Nile is in reference to the Nile River. That was very important for me to kind of reference because the song is talking, well, not really talking about, but it's about the contrast between the land's abundance and richness in just the nature and the geographical side of things in South Sudan, and then the potential. That's kind of the contrast between the two. The poem that is said in the beginning of the song is actually my father, Emmanuel Bennett German. He is the one who is narrating a poem that I wrote about White Nile. So there's a matching poem that compares to this song and they kind of go hand in hand. And the poem lists more about how South Sudan is so rich in so many aspects and how we have so much potential. And then it's also kind of talking about the contrast between feeling a little bit helpless and feeling a little bit like, what can we do to get to a point where our future generations can be able to go back home and call that place home, with all the certain things that are negative and then all the positive things. It's kind of between the two. That's the contrast that I'm kind of writing about. And I had the idea of having my dad to narrate it in a sense that it would be nice to hear things in Arabic. And I think I did that because sometimes I feel like in certain languages, certain things hold a little bit more of a weight, and I find that sometimes English just can't do it justice. So that's why I was like, what better than having my dad narrate it and it be special in a way that it's spoken in the language that I was raised with, but then also with my dad saying it because he's my father. So it's really nice, and it was something that he was very excited to do. But yeah, mainly the song is kind of talking about the longing and the yearning for the land to fulfill a certain promise, but despite all the obstacles that South Sudan faces, and not only South Sudan but many African countries, kind of talking about how I have a hope for a better future and hope for more. Just kind of a hope that people like me, others in this generation, I hope that we all kind of like wake up and realize that this is a place that's our home. This is where we need to be kind of helping and contributing to that fulfilling its promise, so that our further generations can be able to experience South Sudan at its potential rather than at this state that it's currently in. I think it was really cool to start off the EP with that track because it was also the first song that we played in the studio, and it was just heat. Like, it was just great. Like, I remember being like, hey, we should just go ahead and leave. That was it. That was the track. And mind you, it was also my first experience ever recording anything. So for that first song to just have that much passion and that much drive, it just felt like it was just meant to be the first one of the track. And then to also have that poem start off in the beginning, and then the symbolic features of water, sounds, and all the auxiliary percussion and everything. It was just so nice to start off the EP with that. And I kind of wanted to start off with something that was kind of like a wake up kind of call. Yeah, I really actually enjoy that song. It is a lot of the band members' favorite song. I've also heard a lot of people tell me that it's one of their favorite songs on the track as well. So I think that it being first was a good decision. Overall, I'm hoping that it was executed in a way that was still showing homage to South Sudan and the land. Even though I wasn't born in, it's something that I'm still feeling very attached and connected to. But overall, I feel like it's another way to kind of introduce where I'm from to others as well. Well, that is the end of this Genesis Diaries episode. Stay tuned for the next one. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and take another listen now that you know the meaning of the song. It might just enlighten you and might also just let you realize that you can listen to the song in another light and in another aspect. And I'm very excited for the next chapter. But stay tuned for the next episode, and we'll see you soon. Much love. Injia.